Welcome again. This is Chris Wall, and I'm coming to you from Chris's Caribbean Delights. And today's menu, we're going to have stewed chicken. It's a favorite of my family, and we've been making this for years. My mom made it. My sister, who was passed, she made it, and I continued to do it using my mom's recipe, and I'm going to impart that to you today. It's going to be flavorful. It's going to be a little spicy. It's going to be awesome. So, before further ado, let's start our chicken. Get our chicken in the pan and give it a good saute to get that color, that lovely brown color. So, here we go. Okay, so here I have my chicken pieces. I've already seasoned them. I seasoned them overnight. I marinated them overnight with some paprika and the regular marinade I usually made. Paprika, some hot peppers, some thyme, onion powder, garlic powder, that sort of thing, and some and paprika, as I mentioned before. So and then I took it out. I let it dry off, let it rest, and let it drain for a while. And now we're going to we are getting to the process where we'll caramelize them. And it's not going to be cooked right through, just to brown the outside and seal those juices in. So here we go, doing our saute for the chicken pieces. Yeah, you need to hear that sizzle, so you know that your oil is hot and ready. And I'm using my Dutch oven, the thick bottom part here. So I'm not going to crowd the pot too much, because I don't want them to steam out the top. I don't want them to steam. I want them to saute and get that color, and so that they'll be nice, and the juices will be sealed in, and we'll be good to go. So I just have like 4, 6, 8, 7 pieces under there, just enough. And just create social distancing in here. Just just distance them away from each other so that they can do their thing. Okay, so after about a minute or so, I'll turn and I'll be back. I'll turn them over and I'll be back. So we're getting there, nice and brown. We're getting some caramelization there. We just want a little brown color, and then we'll take these out and put another batch in. Okay, now I'll take these out. They're looking pretty on both sides. They're a nice tan color. So I'll take these out and put another batch in. There we go. And now that we had our chicken pieces out, and they're all nice and caramelized and sauteed pretty well, we go back to the pot. I took some of that oil out because the chicken released some more oil, so I took some of that oil out, and I put some sprigs of thyme, 4 sprigs of thyme in. I just have it in there really whole, and by the time the stew is finished, all the leaves are going to be off, and you just fish the stems out. Now, I'm going to go in here now with my onions, with the onions, the garlic, and the cilantro. I'll put my my measurements in the bottom, and then some organic garlic, not a garlic, organic ginger. I just have some organic ginger, and I'm going to put that in there. And I did half a tomato. I'm going to do another tomato to go in there. Whilst this works and kind of deglazes the pan, and we get all that, all the nice drippings, the nice burnt pieces out from the bottom. Whilst this is working, and put your heat has to be down to like medium to low, because the pan is really hot. So medium to low, and you let that work for a little bit whilst I get my other tomato sliced and chopped up. Yeah, so, and for that, now we'll just add, after adding the tomato, and I'll leave it there, leave the tomato and onions and stuff, so that they can cook for at least about 3 or 4 minutes. You know, until the onions are cooked and the tomatoes are cooked, before I do anything else. So let's get more tomatoes in there. A little bit more onion in there, and we'll let these work. This is going to be the body of the stew, actually. Though I'll also put some carrots in there eventually. So just want to get the base going, and then we start to enhance and add stuff. But right now, you're getting this base. And this is how I did it after I learned from my sister and my mother. Everything just works. I would usually add a salt element here, and you know my salt element, Knorr polio, Knorr chicken powder. So I don't use the raw salt. I do have some Himalayan sea salt, which I haven't used much of it before, but I have it there, and I'll eventually, I have to get accustomed to the taste of that and how salt it could be before I really start, you know, believing in it, I should say. But right now, my Knorr is the go-to guy. Okay. So that's sauteing in there, and I need to add some chicken broth. Whilst that's sauteing, I need to add some chicken broth, but before it has sprung a little bit of liquid, but so that's going to cook it down. That's going to really, you know, cook it and deglaze the pan at the same time. So you're going to be on the salt element is perfect. So we'll let this go for a little bit, and then we'll be back with our carrots. So I like to cut my carrots on a slant, give it a little fancy look, kind of. Cool. I'm going to do 2 carrots. This should give it quite a bit of body. Hope the noise of the knife is not too overwhelming to your ears. I'm sorry. And we are done. Okay, so now we'll put these into the pot. Okay. Time to add some tomato paste and cook that in. This is going to give it some color and body. So, we'll cook some tomato paste in there. Ah, perfect. Hello, welcome back. So, what I've been doing, I added a small can of tomato sauce along with the tomato paste, and I added the rest of the can of chicken broth. Now we got to bring this up to a boil. Everything is back off the bottom of the thing, and it's nice, getting a nice dark color. All the pieces are off the bottom, and the seasoning. I turned back the stove to like a medium. I had it on medium low, so now I have it on medium, and it's going to come back to a boil. And that the carrot has to, well, the carrot doesn't have to boil before. I put the chicken in a couple of minutes. It was boiling here like maybe for 2 or 3 minutes, and once that's done, I give it another minute, and then I put the chicken back in there, and we'll be back. Comes the chicken. We're going to place our chicken back in there. Here we go. Once we have all the chicken back in there, we need that sauce that was sitting under the chicken when we took it out the first time. So we just put that back in there. That's flavor time. We're going to give this a stir. Make sure all the pieces are coated with the lovely tomato-y goodness. Okay. And it seems just a little thick to me, so how is the salt? Perfect. And I'll just add the rest of the can. So actually we have 2 cans. We're using 2 cans of chicken broth. 2 cans of chicken broth. So now this is like a very good consistency, and we'll just simmer. Now we'll simmer. I'll just cover, and we'll bring it to a simmer, but it's already to a simmer because I'm on medium low. So bring it to a simmer, and the salt content is good. Once it simmers and it reduces, it's gonna get a little more flavorful, and we don't need to add anything right now. Just let it simmer. So we're gonna simmer for at least 15 minutes. In 15 minutes we'll be back to check it, make sure the chicken is tender and cooked through and everything else, and see if we're good to go. Okay, well, the chicken has been sitting and has been simmering in this flavorful tomatoey sauce for the past 6 or 7 minutes. So I opened it just to check it and to give it a stir. I'll give it a stir every 3 or 4 minutes. But it's flavorful. It's wonderful. It just needs to go maybe another 10 to 15 minutes so that I can get the chicken to the way I want it. Not exactly falling off the bone, but it should be just nice and tender and melts in your mouth. So I'll give this another 10 minutes. I'll open it every 3 or 4 minutes and give it a stir and just check the flavor. And after that, we're good to go. We can serve this up with some rice and peas, white rice, pasta. We can serve it up with some couscous. There's several options for serving this stewed chicken. So this is my my brown stewed chicken, or my tomato stewed chicken, which I enjoyed as a child growing up. I just wanted to share this recipe with you, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it, and give me any comments. If you think I should add something or delete something, just let me know. And we can only go up from here. So I enjoy doing this, and I'm just grateful that you are watching. And I thank you again for subscribing. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the watch hours. And thank you for participating in my world. And I will share everything with you. God bless. Here's my plating, guys. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to dig in just a few seconds. So here we have my lovely yellow seasoned rice, which I did in some chicken broth, tomatoes, some my lovely cucumbers back there, and this is my chicken, the star of the show, my stewed chicken. So here we go. Thanks for watching, and I hope you try these recipes. They're delectable. It's wonderful. Bye. See you in the next clip.